artist, I think that as the film evolved, he saw it as an opportunity to let people get an inside glimpse of who these guys really are. You know, what motivates fighting. Now, the three guys you saw are guys that achieved great riches, but they're also guys that had tremendous things to overcome in their lives. I mean, you know, all of them. And none of them had a career that was smooth sailing the whole way. And particularly Mike Tyson, I think really what makes the film, in my view, and the reason I'm so fond of this film, really is the honesty and the glimpse you get into who Mike Tyson is and who he was. And you know, I think you see in the movie the conflict within the man and the regrets he has about mistakes he made and time and, you know, that passed him by and things that he gave away. And just, you know, really, I think that he's a complicated guy. And as I said at the end of the movie, I think now he's at a place of, you know, more inner peace and really, truly just working to be a better person and live a good life and maybe help other people learn from his mistakes. So I really felt that for me, the highlight of the film was Mike Tyson. And I thought the ending of the film, and when Tyson just talks about the world and life, and, you know, I thought the ending of the movie was incredibly powerful.
Agree. I got to ask you, I know you were involved with Tapia in this movie, Champs. Both are great for the sport. Which one was your favorite being involved in?
Well, I was a producer, an executive producer of Tapia. They're very different. I mean, you know, they're very different types of films. I mean, Johnny was really telling a story of one man's life, and you know, in a lot of ways it was a love story as much as it was a boxing story. And it was also a story about demons and how we all, you know, have to overcome. Everybody has obstacles and demons in their life, and you know, Johnny certainly had his. You know, he was a 6-time world champion, but you know, died on the table numerous times and had to be revived because of all the issues he had with addiction and mental illness. And, you know, it's a very different kind of film. So it's sort of like comparing apples to oranges, you know.
Yep.
Lou, we have one more question, and then I would love to encourage. We have some fighters here in the audience, and several professional fighters, and please raise a hand if someone has a question for Lou in that rank. It's going to be a fascinating question. But before that, I'm going to hand it back to our friend at TRU Boxing Headz here.
Hey Lou, right now there's a lot of stuff happening in boxing. Provodnikov versus Matisse. You know, a lot of big fights happening. Pacquiao, Mayweather, we finally get it. You know, it's a great time in the sport. I want to get your take overall as far as the current state of boxing, aside from what the movie touched on.
Well, I mean, 2015 could be a very historic year for the sport. I mean, obviously, the return of boxing to NBC and CBS, the launch of boxing on Spike TV, and finally having our Super Bowl, like our World Cup final. I mean, you know, it's a self-destructive sport, boxing. Honestly, for most of the last 15 years, it's pretty much sucked. I mean, that's a reality. I mean, there are great athletes in it. It's always been a sport of the underdog. If you like underdogs, you're going to like fighters because, as I said in the movie, inherently, fighters are underdogs. For the most part, you know, they're poor kids trying to fight their way out of something to something better. But, you know, when I was a kid, the sport was one of the biggest in the country. And if you go back into the, you know, 20th century, in the early and mid-20th century, it was the #1 or 2 sport in America. Now, in, you know, 2013, 14, you have to go to other sports when you go on Yahoo or ESPN, their menus. Boxing doesn't even have its own area or its own button to push.
Right.
And that's because the sport's allowed itself, you know, to fade. And hasn't really done a very good job of attracting new fans or putting its best foot forward. You know, the fact that we haven't had a fight of the magnitude of Mayweather and Pacquiao in so long is an indication of the mistakes we've made and how often we shoot ourselves in the foot. But the fact that that fight's happening now, anybody criticizing it should just shut up and enjoy the fact it's happening. That you finally have an event to go out there with that's you know, a huge event that's transcending the hardcore boxing fan to every sports fan in the world.
True.
You know, there are more people interested in this fight than any fight I can remember. And that's good for the sport. And the fact that it's happening at a time where there's more boxing coming to television than at any time in recent memory, that's good timing.
You said a lot of heads nodding there, Lou, so I think everyone here agrees with you.